Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for June the 16th through to the 30th, and as I'm tuning in for you, I'm getting this really interesting image about this energetic shift that's occurring here, where it's like quite literally it's like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. I get this sense it's your back and your shoulders, and there's this just energy that's coming up and out, this golden energy. So it's a really lovely image to come in. Let me see what else I can get. They're just saying transformational energetic shift where you're going to feel lighter. So, and I feel like there's this beautiful golden energy around you. And yeah, this sense that just getting some clarity, especially with something that's kind of felt quite a little bit of a burden in your life. So we've got transformation. This was the card, the beautiful cicadas coming in, transition and liberation. So yes, you are, this energy is the equivalent of the death card in the tarot. So, and I like it because, you know, it's got that beautiful cicada, but cicadas discard their shell, the old shell. And it's like something that they have kind of on their back, really. So it's like something that was on your back that felt like, you know, it felt like you were carrying around some kind of baggage. And even some of you might notice some difference in terms of just tension being released in your shoulders and your back if you've been having any kind of niggles or aches and pains or anything that's bothering you in that area, like the back, your spine, your shoulder energy, your shoulder area. This is where you might be feeling a lot lighter, or you could even go for a massage or something like that would be really great. But this is on a bigger level. Like I said, it's a transition energy because you have been freed from something. You've been freed from an energy. So, yeah, fantastic. I love that. And I love how there's green. The new growth is coming in with this beautiful little cicada that's come through. So let's see what else. Quite a few cards came in for you. So let's see. High Priestess, of course she came in. A lot of synchronicities, higher intuitive messages coming through, which is really great. About this Sword 10 Uranus Gemini, this is quite literally Gemini being freed. The Uranus is the great liberator, the freer. It's like a revolutionary energy. It's like an activated change that's coming in. So this is where something has quite literally ended. The transformation energy is like a major thing has ended and you've been freed, and that energy, there's an energy release around it. So the Sword 10 is quite literally intuitively you've got a message to either say no to something, or you've got something has just ended and you've received a no, but this is right for you. This precipitated this transformation. So the Sword 10 is about closing a chapter or saying no so that it liberates and frees you. And that can be very much, can be to do with anything in your life, quite literally, but it can be to do with some very deeply held belief systems as well. So we've also got Sword 9, Venus Gemini. Look at you coming out full force. It is your season, or we're moving out of your season, but it's still a little bit of your season here. The Sun reversed. So this stress, this is something that's been stressing you out. And it's actually been taking away from your vitality with the Sun reversed. And it could have been that it was something was really not clear. So there was a bit of anxiety and worry, some fears around it, maybe some overthinking, like maybe there's some sleepless nights. But this is turning that energy around. And especially with the Leo and Aries energy, there's a lot of Aries energy around about wanting to move forward with something and expand something in your life. And this is where either that concept in itself was stressful, or it's like, I can't work out what this is or how to do it. There's lack of clarity around it. So I feel like you're really turning something big around here, which feels great. And let's see, we've got 1 to 9 Mars Sagittarius. Okay, speaking of Mars coming in, this is the Mars Sagittarius where it's like your actions will free yourself at this moment in time. Sagittarius is the bigger picture. It's actually your opposite energy, and it's kind of interesting because there was the big full moon coming in Sagittarius, in the sign of Sagittarius. As you know, the full moons are always in your opposite sign. And that was around June the 14th, 15th, depending on where you are in the world. And so that sense of something being shown to you or illuminated, or a culmination and ending of a cycle, is the thing that's precipitated this reading. It's like the thing that we're moving on from, the thing that's been the catalyst for this big transformation and change. And with Mars coming in, this is where it's saying it's time to do this positive shift and change. It's time to free yourself. It's time to kind of think of the bigger picture. So you've been shown something here, and it's also shown you where energetically you've been tired and fatigued, where something has really been draining your energy. So it's kind of shown you where you're at the tail end of something. You don't want to put any time and effort and energy into it anymore. And then inside, you're seeing this very clearly physically. The fact I'm seeing this as a physical thing, like the energy coming off your back, it's got a lot to do with your body, your physical energy levels, just the burdens and the tension that we hold within all of our muscles that we've talked about. So notice where you're feeling tired in your life. But this is also can be just, I can't put anything more into that. So yeah, interesting. A lot of energy coming in, a lot of messages, a lot of big things to process. So a lot of information to process here. So let's see what else is coming through. So Gemini, I just want to let you know that this reading, look at this. The truth is coming in. The truth sets you free. It's a new cycle, a new mental cycle, or the need for that. That's the situation that's coming in. Can represent new contracts, the Ace of Swords. So I just wanted to let you know, Gemini, that this reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a more holistic view of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading. Gemini, just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, then there is an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. I can see there's been a lot going on inside your mind, but look at this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Whoa, here comes the new beginnings, major endings, transitions into something really beautiful that is birthing in your life here. A little bit of conflict around, a little bit of disillusionment, bored, but here comes the Sun, okay, and the Sun is like going, right, there's breakthroughs here. It's turned up the right way, which is great. The Knight of Cups, okay, seeing things, you'll be able to see things clearly. The Fool, look at all this new energy. The Fool is the start, the reset. It's the number 0. You've got 2 1s. So you kind of just, tying up some, like the final loose ends, final bits of energy that is around in terms of just finishing up an old cycle. Yeah. And we've got the Emperor. Wow. Okay. Boom. In comes the Aries energy. And we've got the Taurus energy here, because Venus is spending a lot of time in Taurus as well, where she's activating, working really well. Mars is in Aries. Mercury is in your sign, Gemini, which it loves being in. So there's a lot of positive movement forward for you, which is really great. So clarity seems to be the thing that's going to set you free here. Seeing the truth, I mean, we can see it coming through, which is really great. And that's the issue that's coming in. So the Ace of Swords is the gift of clarity, or it's a gift of a really, really good idea or thought. For some of you, like I said, this is new contracts. This can also be cutting ties with things. The truth sets you free, cutting energetic ties. Doesn't mean that person's not in your life anymore. It can mean that, or that situation, but it's like, boom, I'm not having that. If it's something that's kind of sucking and draining you, this energetic tie, it's like you can free yourself, so it's not this sense of something being drained and pulled out of you. Crossed by the Four of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn energy of saying, you know, there's something new that I want to do, or something that I want to see the clarity. There's, I'm not really sure exactly how to do this. Like maybe you don't have enough money for it, or maybe there's not savings, or you don't want to use your savings if you have it. It's a sense of just wanting to hold on to where you're at the moment for fear of letting go. But it's interesting because there's a little bit of fear about it, but in your conscious mind, you've got the Hanged Man energy, which is understanding what it is that you need to let go of and sacrifice in order to step into the new, in order to be feeling different, in order to be feeling better about something, in order to start this new cycle, this a new emotional or intuitive or healing cycle that's coming through. So the Hanged Man in your conscious mind is actually, I think it's actually a really good energy, because it works well with you, Gemini, because it's about looking at something from a very different point of view, a very different angle, even seeing somebody else's point of view. And from that, you can move forward. You can receive the enlightenment. It can also be that you're seeing that there's been some stagnant energy around. Something has stagnated in your life that you're wanting to kind of work out how to work with this energy and to free it and to move forward. So yeah, the Hanged Man energy, I think it's actually pretty positive placement being in your conscious mind, because at the base there's this lingering, this is the root of the issue, the deep down. And again, we're at the element of air, which is your element, represents your mind, the way you're thinking and your thoughts. And there's definitely conflict here. This is the Five of Swords, there's conflict. There's been some kind of conflict, or you're feeling conflicted about something, or you've had like some kind of fallout or fight with somebody. This can sometimes come in where you're just not seeing eye to eye with people. It can be groups of people, or it just feels like people are speaking a different language, like what they're saying just doesn't resonate. Or it can be even every time you hear somebody talk, it kind of hurts you for whatever reason. So there's something that you kind of have been deeply conflicted about. It could have been stagnating. You're wondering how to kind of move on from this situation, what to let go of, there may have been delays around it as well. This could have been the thing that, you're wanting to step into this Ace of Swords, which is a new contract or a new cycle. And it's like something has kind of just gone blur. And it's like, oh, I want to be released from that. Because in the recent past, we've got the Page of Pentacles. There is something that you've been wanting to step into and something that you've wanted to develop. And in your life with the Page of Pentacles, there's something, that this is a little bit like I've got this seed that I want to plant in, or something that I'd like to develop into my life or bring into a reality. And you could be getting excited, like, I know what I want to do. I want to do this with this, blah, blah, blah. Or I want to, I've got these feelings that are coming through. And what do I do with those feelings? And it's just a sense of you wanting to move forward with something. This is a very enthusiastic energy to come through. It's fresh. So you might have met somebody new that is kind of bringing up these energies in you, that you're feeling kind of excited about something, or something feels very new, which feels exciting. And the Page of Pentacles also represents like messages coming in around potentially career and money, like work and money. So it's kind of like, I've got this thing and I really want to be doing it. And then you kind of come across this blah, 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 delays, murky energy, things aren't necessarily clear, and there's a bit of conflict around it. And it's like, I want to break through this energy to get to the other side, which is this Ace of Cups, which is what I want to be doing. I want to be starting this new emotional cycle. I want to be stepping into this. I want to be planting this seed. We can see here with the Seven of Pentacles, planting the seed to bring in this beautiful growth. So I don't want to be stuck in this, the Four of Pentacles, where I'm in a comfort zone, or I'm scared to move forward, or it's hard to move forward financially for whatever reason. So the Ace of Cups is like, I can see with the Sun card that there's been some kind of breakthrough with a conflict in your life, which is really fantastic. And this is where you're going to be feeling so much better. It's the birth of love. It's the birth of joy. It's the birth of a new cycle of happiness, the birth of a new cycle of healing. It's a beautiful energy to come through when the Ace of Cups is coming in. Expect to be feeling very differently. It can be an outbursting of an outpouring of emotions. You can initially feel emotional, but after that energy has been released, you start feeling better. You start feeling a bit happier. So you're here, the Four of Cups. So it's kind of funny because it's like there's something on offer here and you're not sure. Again, this is a bit of a stagnant energy emotionally, the Four of Cups. Like, I'm not sure what it is that you can give me emotionally, or what this situation is giving me emotionally, because I'm feeling either really bored or restless or dissatisfied in some way, or disillusioned even. I'm just feeling a bit blur about something. This is kind of when you're in a relationship and you're kind of thinking, I don't know if they can sustain me or fulfill me emotionally. What am I doing here? Or you're in a job and just going, I'm just bored. Pay attention of where you're looking for more. Are you looking for more satisfaction in your work or your relationships or your friendship groups or your living situation, that will show you where this Four of Cups is, where you're feeling a bit like, I want a deeper connection. I want to be like, I want to be, get what it, I want what's on offer to be what I want, not something that I don't really want. And that's the great thing is it is. It's coming up in the near future. It's not right now, but it's coming up, which is great. So this is why it's good that I like the sun has turned around here. This is a bit trickier, you know, reversed with the sword 9. This is where it's just not feeling great. It's not great for your health. And this is where there's breakthroughs and there's the vitality coming back after the breakthrough, which really is great. And the sun card, you know, the sun wants to shine down on this seed and say, grow little seed. So you need the sun and the water, you know, you need water and sun, and that's exactly what's coming in. So it's like the time is ripening. Something has to shift right at this moment, some sort of emotional murkiness or something that's stagnated, an energy that's stagnated. But once that transitions and you're free of that, then the energy of the sun and water is what's needed for this seed to grow. It comes in. So close now, it just might not feel like it right at this minute in time. So yeah, the sun, a beautiful energy to come through. It just shines a light on everything and you can suddenly see things really clearly about how to move forward with this situation that you're not feeling happy with emotionally. That's going to be the first indicator. So yeah, hopes and fears, you got the Knight of Cups. This is saying, I want that cup. I want that cup of love or healing or happiness or joy. I want to move forward with that and I want to feel good. I want to be able to follow my heart, but I want my heart to be happy so that I can move forward. So the Knight of Cups can be the card of romance as well, romance and love. So for some of you, it may be the Page of Pentacles is that there has been somebody new you've met in recently, you're looking at it, and then it does turn into love in the near future, but there's like this sense of being a bit conflicted about it and then it's like it shifts and changes. So maybe some of you are wanting the love and romance to come in, but for some others of you, it's purely just you want that sense of the cup to be fulfilling and those emotions to be able to move forward in the direction that you want it to be moving forward in. And, you know, it can be all of that, all of the above. So as an outcome, we've got the Fool, which is press the reset button. We're starting something new. Now, interestingly, there's still the 8 of Swords around it, but we've got the Emperor next to it. So there's still limitations around it or limited thinking around stepping into this new energy or the ability to step into it and to make it a successful energy with the Emperor there is wanting to make this a concrete success. This may be that it's stepping into a new cycle with somebody who's like very powerful in your life. The Emperor energy can represent somebody that's like an authority figure or somebody that's just super strong and powerful. So this could be anybody in your life, but there's a new cycle that is potentially coming in around that, but it does feel like there's restrictions around it, or you need to work through these restrictions and start doing something new. That it's bringing in this sense of Ace of Cups and feeling like, okay, I'm loving doing this. I'm feeling good about that. I'm bossing up, feeling successful, and I'm wanting to take away these limited ways of thinking. So again, it's this revolutionary energy of maybe the Fool can be like changing somebody's mind who's got limited ways of thinking. It's like, I'm doing this new thing. I'm going to show you that this can work. This can work the way that I see it working, but I see that you can't see that right now, but give me a chance to show you. Give me a chance to try this and you know, make it work. So it's a really interesting energy, and it's kind of like you are taking a chance on yourself. It's a leap of faith on yourself, that trusting that you've got the right idea here, that you've got the solution, and you can potentially show somebody else or change somebody's way of thinking about something. Or if this is like an aspect of you, change your own way of thinking by stepping into this new energy. With the Fool and the Emperor energy, I would say, you know, this is something new that's coming in, particularly around if it's a relationship with somebody who's very strong, but it can also be, it is a relationship, but this could be like a boss energy. This could be, anybody that's coming through here, that it can be a father energy, or it can even be mother energy or parent energy. It can be a very dominant, maybe it's somebody who's you're feeling quite dominated or intimidated by, and you're wanting some freedom. You're wanting to step into some freedom, to be feeling a bit different about it. So either way, you're freeing and liberating yourself from this restricted space, which actually feels really good. And it's giving you the sense of, I want to plant the seed. Trust. You really need to trust yourself with this. I want to plant this seed. I can see that I've got the right environment here. It's the right time. The time is ripe for this, even if somebody else can't, or even there's a part of me that can't see it. And the Seven of Pentacles is a period of growth and achievement coming through. So it very much needs to get out of this comfort zone. And this might be somebody else. You're like, I've got this great idea, and somebody's going, well, you can't do this for all these reasons. They might be the ones saying, well, let's hold your horses. And you're like, well, blah, blah, blah. And that can feel like somebody's kind of throwing a bit of a blanket over you a little bit. It's when you say, I've got this great idea and this dream, and somebody just tells you instantly, well, that's not going to work. And it's like, well, you might not think it isn't going to work. And it could be that little self-sabotage voice like, oh, that's not going to work. But I think it's going to work. So it's this great leap of faith, of belief in yourself at this moment, to trust that you can bring in this success. And you've kind of got to prove it. Prove it to either yourself or somebody else. So let's see. This is perfect for your affirmation. I release all fears and doubts. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. Great. I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I am loved and I am safe. So you're kind of up against something here that is like a fear and doubt that could be, the sword 10 is like saying no to something, like I'm not letting this have power over me anymore, these thoughts that are coming through. So, or saying no to somebody else's limited beliefs and thinking. So, yeah, it's, let me just, great leap of faith. Let's grab a charm for you, Gemini. And I like the fact, because the sun is in your sign. So this is where it's giving you a lot of vitality. It's your kind of solar energy is being recharged, and it's giving you the strength to take on something new that previously you may have just been a little bit soul tired or a little bit soul exhausted, and you didn't have the energy for it. So this is really great. It's one of the blessings and gifts of your season moving forward. We have as your little charm the tree. Now, this tree for me is very Saturnian. It's got a ring around it, which means that the growth has had restrictions. The sense of trying to branch out, trying to have the growth, trying to move beyond a limitation, a limited way of being. This can even be when trees, it can be around family. It can be around people that feel like family. It's around, you grow up in a family and there's belief systems, and you're challenging that at this moment in time because you're seeing that it's restricted you in some way. Something in your life has had restricted growth, and you're making a really quite a dashing shift and change here, stepping into something new that is going to free yourself from that. The Seven of Pentacles is this is the tree growing. This is a sense of branching out and seeing the growth in your life when you're moving on from this restricted space, which is interesting. It may also be that you do have to, for some of you, work with this Saturnian energy of, yes, you're moving forward, but you have to have the right boundaries and in place as well. So there may be that you're moving forward and trying to work within those energies as well. So for some of you, but I do feel like this is kind of, the Fool is very Uranus. I want to free you and give you some freedom from these limitations. So yeah, that's it, Gemini. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading where we're going to look at what's coming in the near future. We're seeing that there's this start. It could be a bit of an interesting, almost like a rocky start, but it's a sense of it's a start and it's like, I'm doing this and I want to do this and I have to do this. So let's see where this is going. Where is it going in the near future with this Ace of Cups, this beautiful thing birthing in your life? And then how does this all move on when you've stepped into this? You're dealing with the Emperor energy. what sort of energy is around supporting you, what sort of reactions are coming in, who else is coming in, what sort of opportunities are coming through. And so we'll kind of ask any more intuitive messages or clarifiers, as well as how to work with the energy, because all energy is possibilities. This is not a set in stone future, but I like the section where it's like, this is the way that you can make the optimum use of the energy and the opportunities that are presented to you. So that's going to all be in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link for that will be in the description box below, and I usually pin it to the comments as well. And if this is where we're leaving each other, please enjoy the rest of your season. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday. And please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.